everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve, this is Everyday Artist, and welcome. There's Rogue staring at me. I went ahead and left it this way so that you can see the way she's giving me a dog stand. Come on, baby. She was asking for permission to come over here, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, this is a channel where I talk about cross stitch, sometimes quilting, sometimes knitting, sometimes painting. So I don't have any of those things except one painting, and I'll explain that in a minute. Okay, stop. This past week was Valentine's week, and I don't really do Valentine's, but you know, I used to really love it. Information you absolutely don't need. I was married on Valentine's Day ages ago. And afterward, I was just kind of like, nah, I'm not married anymore. So I wanted to work some more on this, and I'll show you my progress on that here in a sec. That was my nod to Valentine's Day. But I haven't had a lot of time to be working on my projects, any of them, which is, I'm dealing with government issues and probate on my dad's house, of this house, and I have paperwork to fill out to get my insurance. And I called because I hadn't gotten an application for it, a notice, you know. And I talked to somebody who just kept, you know, and I'm like, no, that's not right. And she said, well, you've already been denied. I was like, when? In December. I never got a letter. Because, you know, they send you a letter so that you can fight the decision, right? And she said, yeah, none of the things that you've, medical things that you've had done since that date have been paid for. I've had a lot of appointments since that date, some of them specialists. And I was like, I never got a letter on that. And she said, and besides that, you should be on Medicare since you're on SSI. It's like, I'm too young to be on Medicare. Yeah, but if you're on Medicare, you know, if you're on SSI, then you're automatically on Medicare. I'm like, no. So she wouldn't help me. And of course I called Medicare and confirmed that, you know, you have to be 65, no matter when you apply for Social Security. I did so that I could take care of my dad. But I was like, and the lady at Medicare went, no, you're not eligible yet. I said, I know. I just needed to confirm that. So I called back. Oh, I called my health insurance company, and they're like, no, you're covered until, you know. And I called them back, and the lady's like, she didn't even note that I had talked to her at all. But now I have all this paperwork I have to go through. So I've spent 2 days of last week on the phone. And some of the other of that going through paperwork for that I need to send to them, and more paperwork for the probate. And there was paperwork for something else. I don't remember. I haven't had time. And then when I'm done, I'm like, I don't feel like doing anything. I don't want to do anything. I didn't even get that, solace that we get from doing our crafts. But it's getting better. It's getting better. Finally, after calming down, having some sugar, I felt a little bit better and was able to persevere. I still have a lot of paperwork to do, but I'm getting there. So, our church, for the women in the church, they did a thing called Galentine's, women, Galentine's. And what we did was we painted. Now, I don't like this at all, but this is what I painted. And it's done with craft paint, paint is paint. I'm not a snob about paint. I'm not one of those that go, unless you use oils, it's not a real painting. I had somebody tell me that. Like, if the old masters had access to acrylics, they'd have used that too. Just would have been cheaper and easier for them to clean, and not as many chemicals, but while I don't like this, I'm kind of glad that I have it. It's just, when I paint, I'm very, very, very detail oriented, and I take a long time to do something. And for this, she said, don't try to make it super, just flow with it. And I was like, it's nice to learn different techniques and different stuff. And I'll probably paint over it at some point. But for right now, I'm okay with it. So all I have is cross stitch. I did not pick up my knitting. I thought about my knitting many times. I got in front of my sewing machine to work on the quilt, and that was the one time that I didn't have to be on hold for over an hour. Yeah. So I just did cross stitch, and I wish I had more progress on my stuff, but this is what it is. So, praiseworthy stitches, a needlework. I don't know how you pronounce that word. Etui? What's an etui? I don't know. So, one side is supposed to say pins, P-Y-N-S, and the other one is supposed to say needles with the little birds. And I finished the dark red part of the bird and started on the pink. I don't know what count this fabric is, but I don't like it. I keep making mistakes in getting the square right. And I was thinking, because it is so much smaller than what I normally work with, that I might not do the letters, pins, and needles and just have the little birds. Maybe I'll persevere and do pins and needles. Who knows how long it'll take me to do that, but Of course, I could make the scissor fob, huh? That would be easy. But I haven't yet. So this is what I chose for my winter cross stitch camp piece, BrrBerry. And I'm not going to get it done. Not in this month. Not by the end of the month. It's not going to happen. And that's okay. Because, I had to restart and all that. But I did get some, trying to fold this so that the sun won't go through it. I did get some work done on that. starting on his little face. It's not as far as long as I would like it to be, you know, to be done by the end of the month. I mean, it's already the 20th, so there's 8 days. It's not going to happen. But it's okay because I like it anyway. So I'll keep working on it. I have to pace myself with this because the white on white on the stitches is just, I mean, the light blue and the white, it's just really hard for me. So we'll see. But I'll eventually get it done. Just like with the winter cross stitch camp. You know, the sal is long over. Everybody's done with their, you know, seasonal berries. That's okay. Winter comes every year. So I'm working on this one. And all I have left to do is the snowflakes. I finished these little shoes, except for putting the laces here, and there's a back stitch line on the bottom there. But other than that, I just have to put in the snowflakes. But I want to work on the other one. I'm not going to get it done, I know that, but, you know, I want to pretend that I'm going to and keep trying. So, we'll see. And so, I didn't bring the, I forgot to bring the rabbits, carrots, and eggs here with me. I'm going to put a picture of it right here. And then I'm going to put a picture of my progress. I have a picture of my progress. Now, on that picture, I added one more colored egg, and I didn't put the white in the little egg. I put it off to the side for the next egg to see how the white would show up on that fabric. And you can barely see it. So I'm going to make my bunnies another color when I get to making the bunnies. Probably brown, chocolate bunnies, you know. But I'm loving the way it looks on that fabric. I'm loving the way it looks with the bright colored eggs. So I'm enjoying it. But I put it down because I did my 10 days on it. Now, granted, those weren't long days because of everything else that was going on. You know, I hadn't been feeling good, and, you know, now with the paperwork and all of that. So I got as much done as I could in the 10 days, and I did pick it up 10 days. So it'll be waiting for me when I'm ready to work on it again. But the next WIPO, now this one is not days. This is a finish. I don't know if I'm going to get that goal done. So far, I've gotten every goal done this year. Okay, that's only, you know, January and, you know, the first one in February. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to get this done in the next 8 days. I'm going to try, but I really want to work on BrrBerry. I really want to get that done. Yeah, too much to do, right? Too many projects going all at once. Yeah, so this is my progress on this. Now, this one doesn't have tons and tons of stitching. I'm almost done with this little arch, and then I have these red flowers. There's 3 of them. And then the bee, and then the words. And there's a heart here, and then there's a couple of, there's a blue flower that looks like that, and then there's a couple that look like this, but they're not huge. So, you know, maybe if I actually work on it, I'll be able to finish it. But the nice thing about Whipco is that if I don't finish it by the end of the month, as long as I finish it, then that Whipco challenge is crossed off. So, let's see. And then I just have, this is a very, very, very short video. Wow. Just have my temperature chart here. Sapphire Mountain Handcrafts. So I'm working on February, and the way this goes is, I've probably told you before, but January went this way, so February is going this way. Now, we had some very warm days, and then all of a sudden it was cold, like back here in January. And then today, 70s again. I don't know what's going on with this winter, but it's like this, you know. And I did carry the border down some on both sides. I did the little indent for the end of February, so that when it comes to March in 10 days, I'm going to do some more on this the next time I pick it up. Now, this is only to Thursday. It doesn't have Fridays on it because, long story. But anyway, so I'm hoping to just get in the habit of, you know, doing a lot of that border going down, so that I can get to the flowers and all of this, so that it'll all be done, you know, kind of at the same time. So I'm looking forward to this. I think it's really pretty. I don't know. Okay, this was designed by Kristin Ashley, and there's personalization that you can put in here. You know, it says here my year and temperature 2023, and then she put like where she, you know, where she is and her name. Not sure if I'm going to do that or not. I probably will, but I don't know. My year temperature? Maybe. I wonder if the rest of the year the weather is going to be so weird as it's been this year, weather-wise. You know, the whole country is having strange weather. Places where it should be warm, it's cold. Places where it's cold, where it should be cold, it's warm. You know, places that usually get snow aren't getting any, and places that hardly ever get snow are getting tons of snow. So it's very weird. You know, my son, he and his girlfriend went up to Flagstaff over Valentine's, and it was snowing on them. The snow got, I know it's Flagstaff, it snows there, but it was really coming down for them. And my son was so excited because he made a snowman. Now, I think when he was very little, we were able to make a snowman in New Mexico. But then we moved here when he was still pretty young, and so there's no snow. So he looked so happy in the picture that he sent me. So playing in snow, visiting snow, I'm all for that. That's great. It's fun. But for those of you that are having to live in it, or even just I complain about being cold, but it's 50s. Okay, I know you guys don't think that's cold. But those of you who were like super cold, I hope everybody stayed safe. And I hope everybody had a wonderful Valentine and week. And hopefully I will get all my paperwork done. I have to get it done. I have deadlines in very short order, so that I can concentrate on other things that are not so frustrating. So thank you guys. I'll see you next week. Bye.